Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We've got a great show lined up, but first, as always, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center, corner Baldwin and Highway 77. It's muggy. It's that time of year. It's June, and it's this kind of June weather. It's about to get warm. In fact, but it's only 85 high and low, and tonight it's 70, so it's still cool relative to what we're going to get in July and August. So water temperature is 81.9, so we're going to go round off to 82 degrees. River reading is Apalachicola, Bluntstown. Now, our river reading is brought to us by Sandhill Seafood and Restaurant up on Highway 77, just north of Bozeman School. The Apalachicola, Bluntstown, it's weird. It's going back down now. It's at a 6.9. It looks like the rest of this week, going into the weekend, it's going to be around 6.9. It's between 6.5 to 7 foot for the next 3 or 4 days going on to the weekend. The Choctaw at Caryville, we're looking at a very similar reading, 6.5. Both of them been dropping the last couple of days, and it's going to level off also. So both rivers, they're just sort of mimicking each other as far as dropping out and then leveling off. So it's interesting that one's man control, one's God control, and both of them doing the same thing. All right, let's take a look at our the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. We're about to wrap up May, and it's amazing how fast May is going by. We've got a high tide at 1:31 and a low tide at 12:20 right after midnight. Really strong tides next couple of days, really good tides. Marine forecast south-southwest at about, they say 5 to 10. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's get some pictures this morning. We're going to jump out at you as some big ugly catfish, Barry Pate. Check this out now. Big and ugly catfish, but man, they sure taste good. Some flathead catfish by Barry Pate, and they're very aggressive fish, and they're getting all over the place now. So a lot of folks are catching them. How about this picture here? I really like this, Brian Revere. Check this out. Check the tail on it. He's checking it out on the C-deck ruler. Brian's the principal there at Vernon. I have him on a lot as far as showing the pictures. He fishes it a lot. I love to see a principal of a high school fish. That's just flat out good. So Brian's good about it. He's measuring on the C-deck ruler, but check out the spot. Looks like a heart. So he loves the C-deck. Very good, Brian. We're getting ready to graduate everybody. Ronald Mathis. Ronald, this morning they were swimming in the water. Now they just came off the grill swimming in perfect seasonings. Okay, good job, Ronald. Good catch right there. And none ain't better than catching them in the morning and cooking them in the evening. All right, this next picture. Hey, Coach, I caught these walking the shoreline at Crooked Island. Tell Officer Bassford that I caught the 17-inch in the middle about 2 minutes after he left. John Boyce. John fishes over there at Crooked Island a lot, and I'm glad to see, obviously, Travis Bassford was over there checking those guys fishing from the shore. Good job, Travis. I know you enjoyed talking to John. John's a good fisherman. Good job. Okay, I'll tell him that. Check this out. This is from Carabel. They just flat out been catching some fish down there. Let's see, I'm sorry. All right, let's go on. Here's some more pictures of Carabel crew. Nice grouper. Keeping a grouper. Check this out, folks. This is a Goliath grouper. Of course, they got them up the top and released them. But you just don't realize how big these jokers are. All right. Next, good fish there. This is just the amount of money. I won't read this whole thing to you, but Seasons of Hope, when they went out over there and collected all that garbage along with other Dog Hunters Association, all of them. Down here at the bottom, I'll put it right here in the middle, $54,000. The community service payback is what these organizations are doing, and the Florida Forest Service appreciated it. Let's see. It was like just that morning. It was like $2,200 worth of labor just that morning if you had to pay somebody to do it. All right, I'm gonna talk to Seagrass later. Now, speaking of Southeastern Dog Hunter Association, they're having a big bass tournament. Okay, it's going to be over here. Let's see, it's going to be over here on the western side of a viewing area. Guaranteed payout is $1,000, and you can. The Seasons of Hope is putting on. Text Jeremy. Bonus, there's a number at the bottom of the screen right there. Okay, it's going to be really good. It's going to be at Carpenter's Park in Milton on the Blackwater River, which is an excellent place to fish, the Blackwater River. It's going to be June the 3rd, the first weekend. Actually, coming up this weekend then, okay? Be aware of that. Michael McLean. Michael wanted to customize that rod for me and gave it to me as a gift. And, of course, he caught this big grouper and wasn't able to keep it. And, of course, you catch him you catch him right before the season starts. Okay. This is a series of pictures. I'm going to show you the whole thing. I'm going to show you some better pictures. 9.08 deer point caught it on a frog. This is from Kyle Pridgeon. I texted him back. That is a whopper. Thanks for sharing. So here's the close-up pictures, folks. Deer Point Lake, 9-pound bass. Tell me they're not big up at Deer Point Lake. Great picture, Kyle. Here's another one here. Here's a scale, 9.08. And that's a correct scale right there. That's good to have it on a scale to prove it. And here's a picture here. He's squatting down with it and holding up in the fisherman's pose. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. 9-pound bass. Okay. And let's see. I might wrap up. That wraps our pictures up for now. Okay. Also, what I want to talk about on the seagrass, let me get back to that one. This is fascinating. I want to thank Victor Hathcote for sending this to me. I'm going to blow it up here now. Victor sent this to me. Victor fishes Choctawhatchee Bay, and he was talking about this article was actually in the Florida Sportsman magazine, the June issue. And I read it. I still get this magazine. I'm fascinated at the Florida Sportsman magazine. I used to do the clinic and all for them up here. And to watch it, can you see how thin that is? I don't know if you can see it here. See how thin? Folks, that magazine used to be not twice, but almost 3 times that thick. But that shows how the economy has tanked on as far as print media. But it's still a great magazine. I enjoy reading it, and it's really, really good. But anyway, one of the articles in there was on seagrass. I'm going to show this chart to you because it's fascinating. The rates, and you know how much we talk about seagrass because that's the lifeblood of a bay system. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. I'm going to come back and talk about it. Let's go and take a break now. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're going to this article that Victor Hathcote sent to me out of the Florida Sportsman magazine, the June issue. Take a look at this slide here, this report on Florida seagrass. And what's important is how, I know it's a little fuzzy, but we'll go from left to right. The green is how the seagrass has increased, and of course the brown color or whatever where it's decreased. So, Pensacola Bay and Perdido is really going up. And I'm going to tell you why Pensacola Bay is going up because of the chemical plant that had to tighten up on what they've done. So that's what's going on there. But look at the third one from the left. It's Choctawhatchee Bay. Folks, look at Choctawhatchee Bay. It's gone down like 0.6, 0.7%. And then right next to it is Tampa Bay. Okay, and then of course, Florida Bay. The others on that, St. Joe Bay is the third from the right. It's gone up about 1.9%. Those are the three we want to look at. But I want to point out Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay was really in serious trouble years ago. Here, I looked up some research on them last night. Here's how Tampa Bay has gone up. I mean, look at that chart there. They've done 4 things. Tampa Bay, and it's fascinating. So what they've done, they worked on it as individuals, as companies, and government and all. They've done like 4 things. First of all, they put a new sewage treatment plant in. Instead of dumping raw sewage like some people do, they've got a new sewage treatment plant. So that helps out. Okay, number 2, Tampa Electric cut down on their emissions. As simple as that. Number 3, there's a big fertilizer company down there, and they did something simple, just covering their conveyor belt so all that wouldn't blow into the water. That's simple. And then the 4th one, this is what's fascinating, what affects me and you, because we talked about this yesterday. I was tickled last night when I read it. They passed a resolution that they've gotten really strict on people fertilizing. They don't sell fertilizer in the summer, and people are not allowed to fertilize a yard in the summer. Now, you can fertilize in the spring, which you should fertilize in the spring, and you can fertilize in the fall. But in the summer, when the water temperature is high, and all those nutrients get in there, that's where the algae blooms. It's simple, it's common sense. But they've taken a very proactive stance on it. So that's what they've done. And it's fascinating how, because they were in really a lot of trouble. Those little things like that, but it's government, individuals all working on the same thing. So looking back at this chart, you can see where Choctawhatchee Bay is really losing a lot of grass. I don't know the culprit over there, and I'm sure it's a combination of things. I do know there's a lot of building over there, a lot to keep all those grasses green and those kind of things. So I know that would be part of it, and probably some sewer systems and all. So it's probably a combination, but folks over there really need to get proactive on Choctawhatchee Bay. And Victor Hathcote, thank you for sharing that with us. And St. Joe, I tell you, St. Andrew Bay, actually, they don't have St. Andrew Bay on here. And I don't know why. I'm going to look it up. I can promise you St. Andrew Bay is losing grass. You talk to any guide that's been fishing a while, including people like me been fishing, they've been losing grass. Now, let's add some names. I got some names here we're going to add for the fishing trip. And y'all, everybody wants to go fishing. All right, here we go. This is for the Fishing with Coach trip. All right, Daniel Richard, the Funiac Springs. Carolyn Harris. Make sure I call out your name now. William Harris. If you don't hear your name called out within a couple of days. Barry Miller. Oh, Barry wants to go fishing with us. Braden Harris. Phil Hayes. Chris Walding. Sharon Burton, Youngstown. Joe Newsom, Youngstown. Karen Harris. And Charlie Harris. All right. Well, a lot of folks there. We've got more. I have some more tomorrow. So we're going to be drawing pretty soon. So send those names in. Also, send names in for some rod and reels and stuff like that we'll be giving away. I have this sign. I found this. I'm celebrating my 1 year retirement this week. I retired a year ago. Folks, it has flown by. And of course, you always, I know you do the same thing. You look back and evaluate what's been, what have I done this past year and what I want to do better next year and all that kind of. I used to do it in January, but now I do it a school year also. And each year as a school teacher, I said, well, next year I want to do this. So next year in retirement, I want to do this. I want to go fishing more. I look back and I just have not been able to fish as much as I wanted to. It's just something all the time. I know I got to do two things. I got to learn to say no. I said no the other day which is the first time I've said no this year to somebody. I couldn't do it. And also, I'm going to prioritize things more because they just stay so busy. But here, this sign right here, not today, I'm going fishing. That's going to be my phrase. I may hang it up behind us, but I've got to start doing this. I want to fish more. I've got my boat now, got it ready. And I just, this past year, and there are a lot of adjustments being made. I know you folks that are retired, you know what I'm talking about. You have to adjust your time schedule, and what happens, the day just gets away from you. And it's like I told I went back to the fish fry the other day. They invited me back to the fish fry we always do, and I told my fellow teachers they want to know how I enjoy retirement. I said, I miss my planning period, to put it in teacher terms. I don't get into planning period. I'm going all day long. So anyway, it's been fascinating. It's been a great year. We had a great time over in Navarre. That's sort of a yearly thing we do with our family. On my mother's side, we have some cousins and all get together once a year in Navarre. Spend about 3 to 4 days over there, just doing nothing but just relaxing and enjoying our family time together and all. And it's fascinating, but this sort of Memorial Day sort of kicks off the new summer season and all. We always take a look at what's going on. So I'm tickled at that. And speaking of Navarre, I went to the Navarre Pier. I always go over there to the condo we stay at. I can look up to the left and see the Navarre Pier. And of course, I always go there. Last year I took my camera and brought back a report, but this year I didn't take my camera. I walked out there and talked to everybody. And the lady that ran the pier remembered me coming last year, because she saw it on YouTube and all, and I asked her, what kind of season have you had so far? And folks, it's an exact replica of what we've done here. She said, the Pompano run was great, okay? She said, the Kobe run was really off. I said, that's exactly what happened down our way. Of course, the hardtails and isolated things, but those two spring species was identical in Navarre as they were here too. So I got a good report. And I went Chip and Jill, we walked down to the end of the pier, spent some time on the pier. And as you will know it, some tourist hooked a turtle. And I've got a little bit of video. I don't know if I can show it to you or not, but I only 30 seconds. They hooked a turtle. It was a medium-sized turtle. It wasn't huge and all. And you don't want that to happen. Well, you could see the turtle out there, and then some tourists were just going to try to play around with it. Of course, you don't play around with it. Once they hooked it, you got a saltwater rig and all. So they finally got them up. They sent word to the end of the pier to get a boat out and all that kind of stuff. You don't get a boat out, but it was funny. I just sat back and watched it. I wish I had the camera then, but they did. They hooked the turtle, got it up there to the end of the pier, got it up there on the pier. And I mean, not on the pier. They were going to put it on the pier. The guy brought the golf cart down, had the big net to put on. The net wasn't. He didn't think it was quite big enough. So basically, the guy that runs the pier just actually kept pulling on until they broke the line, because that was dead weight. It wasn't. He broke it. And so here we go. Let's swim that turtle off with a hook and a cork and all that in them. And I got to thinking, we have to tell and inform these tourists they don't do it. They don't mean to intentionally harm anything. They honestly they're not trying to harm anybody, any animal or fish, whatever. They just don't know any better, and we just have to tell them, don't, and of course, it's exciting to them, and everybody's standing around, exciting old look and all, but it's not really that exciting and all. So, if you see a turtle out there, just look at it, take pictures of it, and don't throw a hook out there with anything on it, because a lot of times, even if you're trying to throw the side of it, which this guy was trying to do, through the side of it, the doggone turtle swam into it, because when that cork hit, the turtle went over there to investigate, and it just got hooked up under there. So anyway, just real life adventures happening, not just on Panama City Beach Pier, but also on the Navarre Pier. I will take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Let's take a look at our fishing game time, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 6:04 to 8:04 this morning, and this evening 6:29 to 8:29. Those two-hour blocks. Yesterday I did the first half of the wade fishing on the eastern England viewing area. I want to go ahead and finish it up while it's fresh on our mind, because it's beginning of the summer and some great wade fishing lies ahead of you. June is an excellent time to wade fish. Okay, so I stopped around the Lynn Haven area, talked about wade fishing toward Lynn Haven. I've been on the eastern side of the St. Andrew Bay system. So let's go over here to the western side, okay, of the Hathaway Bridge and all. Let's go and start down here at the State Park. We talk about this a lot and all, but actually I want to go into the Bay Point area. There's a road down here. I don't know if I can get to it. This road dead ends into the Bay system, and I can't find it here, but if one goes into Bay Point, and let's see. Okay, but this goes. Okay, but anyway, great wade fishing. You can't go around Navy Lap. It used to go around Magnolia Beach, but that has a condo in the Magnolia Beach Road, so you can't do that anymore. And okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and go to the State Park side. But there is a place right here around Bay Point. There's a road down there that comes into the bay. I'll try to find it for you. But anyway, it's the State Park here is, of course, we talk about this all the time. I'm going to try to keep everything centered. Of course, that Courtney Point or the point right there, Deepwater Point, you can always wade fish right there. And that bay area, all back, coming back the direction I'm going, back to the west, wade fishing from the State Park Pier, which is right here, wade fish there all the way to the right. All through here is excellent wade fishing. Not a lot of traffic as far as foot traffic. The big thing there, of course, are boats and all, but San Andrew State Park has some excellent wade fishing, okay? Also, I used to catch flounder right up under the bridge here. I don't know if since they've redone the bridge, if you can fish that bridge right there, you can catch them flounder coming in and out of Grand Lagoon. Well, I used to park beside the road and do it, okay? And then, of course, as you get on over here, Grand Lagoon, the upper part of Grand Lagoon, just not good fishing. Now, West Bay, believe it or not, West Bay, there's not a lot of places to wade fish. It's sort of, a lot of seagrass and all on the side as far as marsh grass and all. You can go. You can park, you can just anchor the boat out and park it right there in one area and just wade from there. But again, you want to get in some good sandy area, but again, you're going to have a boat. So even coming out of the creeks and all, you're going to have to look at some situations where you have mud and everything. Just West Bay Bridge is good. Again, you're going to have to sort of, on either side of West Bay Bridge, you can wade out. And also down here in West Bay, you can go up by the school and wade out. But again, it's just real muddy. West Bay is muddy as far as, as far as wading out and all, but the wade fishing is really good, all through the area if you can get out in some solid ground, okay? Now let's go Choctawhatchee Bay. I'm not that familiar with Choctawhatchee Bay. I haven't wade fished much over there, but I do know if I was just moving in over there, I would go to this bridge right in here, okay, the 331 bridge, and it's right there, the boat ramp. Let's see, the boat ramp right in there. Again, I know it's muddy on that part of the bay too, but that would be some good places to go wade fishing. And of course, the surf fishing is really strong, but we're not talking about surf fishing. But all the way over here to Destin and all, I was driving back from the other afternoon from Navarre. It's an amazing amount of traffic in that Destin area, and it's just so many people there and all. So this is why I go spend so much time at Cape San Blas, because of so many people. I mean, I don't dislike people. I just, when I go outdoors and all, I like to be by myself as much as possible. I left off a couple of places here, and I talked about Beach Drive. Over here on the upper part of Grand Lagoon, okay. like I say, Magnolia Beach. I want to find that place here on Grand Lagoon because this area right in here in the center of the screen, there's some good trout fishing there, some great red fishing, and even if you're just going to wade out though, you can really fish those docks if you can get your permission to go into some of those areas. Some really good, but do it early because a lot of boat traffic is out there. Do it early, okay? So anyway, wade fishing is excellent this time of year. Now I did mention Carl Gray Park right here, and by the way, the boat ramp at Carl Gray Park is the plans are in there. They're going to put the same ramp they put in Lynn Haven boat ramp. Excellent boat ramp. So that's in the chute. It's coming on out pretty soon. That's going to be a great place to go there. And anytime you find a bridge, that's public right of way. The big thing is being able to park close to it. But a lot of people fish off the bridge. Usually there's a deep channel close to the bridge. So anytime you can park close to a bridge, you can wade out or fish from the bank. And we look for bridges. Highway 20 bridge went across the Oak Block in the river there, the big dam. We always would fish there because we could get up under there. It's public property. And they probably, with rocks and all now, they probably don't want you doing that, but we could always do that. So be aware of that on wade fishing. And make sure you don't really need a big, if you're going to be there a while, get a lightweight rod and reel, okay? Braided line, fluorocarbon leader, nothing fancy at all. Do some casting. If you want to take live bait, that's another thing. You can have a live bait with a bucket right behind you, and it's going to stay fresh and live too. So all kind of ways to do it. So wade fishing, that's why I want to bring it up. On yesterday and today, a lot of places wade fish. I just scratched the surface with some of them. Not just salt water, but up in a bay system. Brackish water is really good. And of course, right out in a pond. These ponds, these sandhill ponds, are excellent wade fishing. Okay, going to wrap it up. Got a big show lineup for tomorrow, but start going and make your June plans. We're going to talk about all the things you can do in June, what's going on. But red snapper season is right around the corner. We're going to thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. Send your emails and all. We'll try to answer them on air, or either I'll get back with touch base with you. All kind of exciting things going on here. All right, so let's go ahead and take our closing for today. Do something good for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.